experience firsthand the mean streak and ruthless ways that surfaced after he left home and went to work for the organization. L. Ron Hubbard was a writer by profession, and in 1950 he published Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health, the book that evolved into Scientology a couple years later. Now, Hubbard was never all that the church has made him out to be. One can read church publications or one of its websites and come away with the impression that Hubbard was a demigod, a master of any activity he put his mind to, and humanity's greatest friend. The reality, as I have come to see, is somewhat different, which I will explore later. Yet I believe that if one reads a smattering of his writings or listens to even a few of his lectures, one cannot but conclude that, for all his personal shortcomings, Hubbard did possess a sincere desire to see people become happier, understand themselves better, improve their lives, and through that, to improve society and the world. Hubbard headed Scientology from its inception until his death in 1986, and so long as he was in charge, the focus of Scientology was to help people achieve those stated purposes through study of the philosophy he developed, and to apply it in life as well as to one another through the counseling techniques he called auditing. Scientologists purchased Hubbard's books and lectures and paid fixed donations to receive auditing or to take courses to learn how to become an auditor and audit others. Delivering these services is how Scientology organizations obtained the wherewithal to continue to exist. In David's regime, this has changed diametrically. Today, Scientologists are pressured to donate money to pay for a new building for the church in their city, and then to donate more for renovations to convert it into a grand edifice. The coercion exerted by church staff on public Scientologists to cough up has wrought financial hardships on many people and their families. The internet is full of such stories. One Sacramento couple borrowed everything they could against their home equity when real estate prices were high. When the housing market crashed in 2008-2009, they were forced to declare bankruptcy. An owner of an insurance company donated upward of $10 million to Scientology. His company went bankrupt when the economy crashed in 2008. My own involvement with Scientology began in 1969, long before these arm-twisting practices began. In those years, I was a regular parishioner in the movement. In 1985, I went to work inside the organization itself, becoming what is termed a staff member, which is a different animal than regular public Scientologists. Because of that, I was never subjected to the demands for money, which were not prevalent during my early days' involvement with the subject. But I know my son, and I don't doubt the tales I read. The Scientology movement under David's authoritarian leadership has morphed from a group that I believe was basically sincere in its efforts to help people understand themselves and better their lives, to one that, today, I am sad to say, is primarily a coercive organization. I have watched this transformation over more than 40 years. David runs Scientology with an iron fist, and to my mind, it has become a cult, pure and simple. I believe that his obsession with power and control have made him do things that will shock many, just as I was shocked when I learned that he had instructed the PIs following me to let me die. On his watch, the church has spent millions to follow, harass, and intimidate Scientologists, critics, and former members who dared to leave the church and speak publicly about the abuses they suffered inside the organization as well as since leaving. Though the church, under founder L. Ron Hubbard, took actions to silence critics long before David came to power, David has spent outrageous sums and gone to great lengths to carry on the practice. Any person the church perceives to be a threat or an enemy becomes fair game, and all manner of tactics, including litigation, private investigation, and infiltration, are used to discredit, or better still,